when you're around people that have developed their intimacy and broken away from dogma, broken away from fear-based systems of belief, and they dare to be free, right? You end up connecting with them and they bring the best out of you.
Mother used to shoot in the air to break up fights I was in with gangs. I'm gonna be honest with you, I would sleep with a little needle on the side of my bed.
What?
And
Wow.
I would poke her
Yeah.
to get her to sleep on the floor. And she would get on the floor, and my mother, she put up with it for about a week, seeing her on the floor. And so she asked her, why are you always on the floor? Why is your mother? She said, mosquitoes is biting me, Mama. And then one of the mosquitoes that was...
It was Helen.
When my mother used to beat the hell out of us, I would go in this, I had a special place in the house. I would go in the closet and nobody messed with me when I went in that closet.
Well, I want to start this morning by welcoming Helen. Okay. Helen is here with us. We have our returning champion, Rachel. She's with us here. And I got to tell you how I met Helen. Helen is a client of Fidelity Insurance. And just about a month ago, now you've been a client of ours for, I don't know, probably over a year. But only a month ago, I met you. I happened to be in the office downstairs. So I want to start with this, and then we'll get into the conversation. But you know, when I met you, my nervous system gave me a signal because I'm a highly intuitive person. And as many of you know, I work on my nervous system, meaning that I quiet my mind. I'm close to the Lord. I pray. I fast. I do various things to keep me more sensitive to the voice within. So, needless to say, when I come across human beings, if you will, when they vibrate at a certain level, my intuition signals like, oh, here's a light bearer, right? And that's what came to me when I first met you. Walked in, and you were different. You were different, and you were amazing. And it's not something you can put your finger on. It's just something that an intuitive person, you feel, right? You feel. And you broke all barriers. Yeah.
I had the pitchfork. I was poking the meat. He said, try the spirit by the spirit to see if it be of God. And I was trying you, buddy.
You were. And there was
it.
magic in the room.
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it.
That energy was just
the energy
on
was
fire.
there. Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I recognized it. You recognized it. I was completely drawn to you. And again, it's like out of 9 people in society, only one, not even like a quarter
Yeah.
is how but when you do meet people of the same ilk, there's this peace that comes.
Yeah.
And that's what came to me.
Yeah. I felt like I could say anything to you. It was
Yeah.
like the energy was like, and you know, I know they talk about Scorpios and how Scorpios can do this and can do that and all this kind of stuff. But this wasn't a Scorpio moment. This was a moment that I felt your energy. I felt like, wow, I finally met somebody that I can really totally be free with, no judgment. Just be able to just talk. And if he says something that's contrary to what I'm saying, I could feed on it and I can learn, because it's real hard to find people that can teach you anything anymore without involving their true self into it. You know, their flesh, in other words, into it. And I feel like, wow, I want to talk.
Same thing. When you left, I told myself, she brings the best out of me. That's what it is. When you're around people that have developed their intimacy and broken away from dogma, broken away from fear-based systems of belief, and they dare to be free, right? You end up connecting with them, and they bring the best out of you. It allows you to be yourself without the fear of judgment, and you're able to speak about things that you normally cannot speak about. Like I can't speak about those things. I do it anyways because I don't really care what people think about me.
It's like that fire sit up in your bones and you gotta let it out.
Totally.
I love it. I love it. And we need that.
Yeah.
We need that because a lot of Christian and Christianity and stuff like that, they go with the flow. I'm not no duck in the river quacking because everybody else is quacking. I got to be the one that call me the ugly duckling if you want to. I got to be the one to try to outshine, outstand out, or whatever, and not in a vain way, in a way that get people to really get inside and come out.
Yeah,
who they really are, because people hide a lot. It's a lot of people hiding, even preachers.
Oh yeah,
they're hiding because they have to pretend, and they're not really free to preach. They're not really free to. I'm free.
Yep.
And if I got to be by myself and be free, hey, that's where my peace lies.
That's it.
That's where it is.
You're absolutely right. For the most part, churches are businesses.
corporations. Yeah.
They're corporations. They have a script. They have do's and don'ts. There's some churches, if you lift your hands too much, they'll come and talk to you. There's some churches, if you don't roll around enough, they'll come and talk to you. They're all over the place.
If you scratch,
If you're the lady dancing with flags in the back, you might get asked to quiet down.
Or they'll have a meeting with you. So hey, have you been? They think you're mental.
Yeah,
You're
you're drawing attention to yourself.
Yes.
We need you not to do that.
let's go lay hands on her.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get the demon out of her, and they wind up backing up. It's like, whoa,
That's right.
no.
That's right. That's right. And you said something before the show today. You said, what is it about people that are from this dogmatic system of belief, which is very limited, and I call it the fear-based system, is that when they encounter a person like you, they resent your freedom.
Yeah. You're too kind. I've heard people say, you're too nice. You need to stop being so nice. And I'm like, what?
What does that even mean?
Yeah. It's like, you too giving. You share too much. Or else they want to rub all over me like I got some kind of magic or something. I get all kinds. I mean, it's like, and then I got friends that I know hate me, but I keep them around because that light has to be there.
Right.
You can't stop shining because somebody reject you because they talk about Jesus. Now, I don't worship no man. I don't worship. Jesus came like we're here. We're here we have the same purpose pretty much, to set the captives free, to give our testimonies, and we're constantly learning. I can learn from this microphone.
Earth is a school.
Yeah.
It's not a courtroom. It's a school. Yeah.
And people fear that. They fear that because not all people, but people.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Yeah, they fear. And if I'm scared, I run. I do. I get out of Dodge.
Right.
Because if fear comes upon me, I know I'm not supposed to fear. So that tells me it's time to escape.
Yeah.
You need to leave.
Right.
But if very rarely am I afraid now. I used to have all kind of fears in me and stuff like that, but not anymore. For some reason, I don't fear.
Well, I think when we begin to walk on this path of divine love, fear sheds out. It comes out of us. Little by little, I call it the purification process.
Like layers coming off.
Yeah.
Layers come off, and it's the programming comes off. The trauma starts to come out.
Right.
And the mental dialogue settles down a little bit more, and the voice of the Lord becomes more recognizable. And these are all gradations of liberation, of bliss and joy, which is our true nature. We discovered that our true nature is pure love.
It's supposed to be. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I almost, at some stages in my life, had that people tried to snatch that away from me by putting fear in me, by making me scared and making me, and I'm not saying I wasn't scared because I'm a human being, of certain people, but as I grew, I wanted to, almost like science, I wanted to dissect why.
Yeah.
Why are they so angry? Why am I so angry? First I started because I was an angry, mad person. Oh, wow. And it was because I was oppressed. And
Take us to that time. What caused the anger?
my mom.
Mom.
My mom.
And
my
you grew
mom.
up here in Texas, right?
Yeah, Third Ward.
Houston, H-Town.
Yeah.
Okay, take us back. Tell us about your past.
Better learn how to fight. Yeah.
You got street knowledge.
A lot of street.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't back down from a fight. I was something else. I was brought a long way, baby. And I'm still traveling.
I just got these.
Still on that road.
I can resonate with you, okay?
I mean, Mike Tyson ain't had nothing on me.
It's ludicrous.
I used to walk down.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. And I got punched in the face a lot.
Oh yeah,
Trust me.
You got to take some punches.
Yeah.
To understand, there's nothing to fear.
They didn't come till I became an adult, though. When I was a kid, I was bad. I was a bad kid.
Yeah.
My mother used to shoot in the air to break up fights I was in with gangs,
Yep.
And stuff. And I wasn't scared. I mean, I don't.
So your mom was overly protective.
My mother was mean.
Mean.
My mother, I think my mother wanted love a lot. I didn't understand it back then, but I tried to love her. And the more I tried to love her, the more I got slapped down coming up. It was almost like she saw something in me she didn't like.
Innocence.
Yes, I guess. Yes.
And how many siblings?
It was 10 of us in all,
10.
but we only was 6.
Yeah.
4 of them were basically abandoned. I mean, I want to say abandoned because my grandmother got 1, and the other 3, the 4 went to their dad or something. But anyhow, my mom, I learned her over the years. I hated her. I mean, I hated her, but I loved her.
Yeah.
If that makes
It's a
any
dichotomy.
sense.
It's a dichotomy.
I saw her pain, but me being a child, I couldn't do anything about it, So, but we had 3 boys that slept to the foot and 3 girls that slept to the head in a open up couch, so to speak. And of course, my baby sister always peed on me, and we had to wear excuse that. But anyhow, and I was so bad though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would sleep with a little needle on the side of my bed.
What?
And
Wow.
I would poke her to get her to sleep on the floor. And she would get on the floor, and my mother, she put up with it for about a week, seeing her on the floor. And so she asked her, why are you always on the floor? Why is your life? She said, mosquitoes is biting me, Mama. And then one of the mosquitoes,
It was Helen.
that woman would have killed me.
If she would have known.
She would have killed me.
But you heard the exchange and you knew that was, I'm fixing to get caught here.
Well, I was tired of going to school and people telling me I smelled like Fritos all the time.
That's right.
And
That's
it
the
just,
aroma that comes from
after dried pee.
Pee,
But I went through a whole lot, and to pass through that was just being young and frying French fries at 3 years old, standing up in a chair. I remember that,
Amazing.
And you know why I remember it? Because my 1 year, I think he was about 1, maybe 1.5 years old. He was so, just a baby. He got too close to the stove, and I tried to get him to get back. So when I put the French fries down, it flashed and it burned him. The grease.
Yeah,
flashed
of course.
in his face.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I had to grow up at a very early age. I couldn't go to school without dressing my 3 siblings that was under me first. And I cooked, cleaned. I did it all.
Grew up really fast.
Really, really, really fast. And I left home when I was 15.
Golly.
Stop for 1 second here in this junction point. Knowing that we know Helen right now, the beauty of her soul, and then look at the contrast of where she came from.
Yeah. We have a lot in common.
I mean, just if you sat there and observed Helen as a 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, you would never come to the conclusion of where she is today, where you are today. It's astonishing, okay? But this is beautiful. I want to keep going down this.
I was working at 12 years old. You remember the Astrodome? Everybody know the Astrodome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there was a Chinese restaurant there. It's historical. I think they tore it down. I'm not sure. It's called Lee's Den. And the wrestlers from downtown used to come there all the time. So when I got out of school, we had to hurry up, catch the bus, and go from 3rd Ward on the bus all the way to Lee's Den, and I worked washing dishes. And that was till, used to be 12 o'clock, everything was closed, closing down. It wasn't at 2 o'clock like it is now. So, and we had to catch the bus home, and the last bus ran at 12, so if we missed it, we had to walk or something, but hitchhike or do whatever.
Yeah.
But
Whatever it took.
and when I say we, I got all my siblings on there. Even
So
my
they were
oldest
working
brother.
there too.
Yeah, I started there and it all started with bobby socks and Oxfords. Back in the day, I wanted stockings because I was getting ready to go to middle school, and I wanted stockings. My mother told me, "You want some stockings? You got to get a job." I literally took what she said, and I had a girlfriend that washed dishes there, and she got me on.
Yeah. So the struggle in life, I can appreciate where you're coming from. I'm a refugee from Iran. I left when I was 5. I had a tragic thing that happened to me when I was a kid. But the struggles in my life, just like you had the struggles in your life to get the stockings, the incentive, you took those struggles and you made them your superpower. You went and got the job and you combated that struggle, and that made you who you are.
But I never got the stockings.
Okay.
Because once we all started working, one had to buy a 5-pound bag of rice. The other one had to pay the car note. The other one had to pay the rent. And
The money went away.
Absorbed into the family.
$18 to $23, work 6 days. Sometimes I work 7 days a week, but it was illegal, sure. But who cares about especially a black girl back then? You know, this is Martin Luther King era here.
That's right. That's right.
And so, and of course, you had to be quiet. They paid cash, and a lot of undercover stuff going on. But anyhow, I had my own apartment when I was 15.
15 years old.
And I hate to tell y'all how I got it. The manager, I was his girlfriend.
The manager of the hotel.
Yeah, I mean the apartments in 3rd Ward. But anyhow, make a long story short, James Brown, I think, was singing "Don't Be a Dropout" and all this kind of stuff, and so I wanted a job. I wanted a good job.
Yeah.
And I'm passing over being a car hop and stuff like that at Princess Drive-In. But anyhow, to make a long story short, how I got out of all of that is I went to the unemployment office and I wanted a job. I didn't know nothing about no unemployment office back then and all that, but I went there, and she asked me, did I have my GED? And I was like, what the hell? This is a GED. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I dropped out of school and I was 9th grade going to the 10th grade. So 10th grade. So they submitted McKinney Job Corps.
Okay.
And that's how I got out of it.
And this was what age?
I was 18.
18 years old.
Barely. Yeah, 18 when I went.
Okay.
But otherwise, I was street from 15 to 18. I was street. Just making it on my own, car hopping.
Surviving. Whatever
on
it took.
my own. Yeah, just penny guys, whatever.
Whatever it took.
And I knew it was all wrong and stuff, but that's all I knew. I mean, I know people judge people, but if you don't know,
Survival, man.
you don't know no different. And before the busting came along, we were in our own little, all I knew was in my little square where I was. And believe it or not, I was content in my
That was
square.
your little ecosystem.
Yeah. When that busing came, Lordy B, I found out what the word nigga was.
Yep.
I found out everything.
You had access to the outside world.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to judge people, because you don't know if that's all they know.
Yeah.
You know, and all they've been taught.
Yeah.
And you stayed in your own lane. When I say stayed in my own lane, I didn't really get to meet white people unless it was a nurse or a doctor or something like that. I mean, I started off with Chinese.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Right.
until I went to Job Corps. Then
That was a defining moment for you.
that's when I really found out, because I stayed in my lane, as I called it. We called it back then, you know, stay in your lane. It's not that I didn't like white people. It's that I didn't know. I just know what I heard
Right.
all my life. And I didn't want to be no part of it. So I never judged people, period. I thought in my mind, don't even think about it. Don't let it come your way. You don't have to deal with it, so don't deal with it. And I learned a lot in Job Corps. Then I went to Parkland Hospital,
Okay.
become an adult burn nurse, debriding burns.
Really?
I used to, yes, Parkland Hospital.
Burns. You've seen some stuff.
I debrided burns. I put them in the tank. I put pig skin on them. I did the work. And I was just an aide, mind you. I was not an RN. I was training the RNs that were rotating for their training. I was training them how to do those different dressings.
Wow. And you got that from the McKinney Job Corps.
I got that from Parkland Hospital. They put me in there. You know, it's they had a lot of, back then, the paperwork didn't matter back then. All this, if you could do the work. My daddy was a master plumber, and he couldn't read or write. And he had people working for him.
He knew the trade.
He did. It was back then. You didn't even know that you need to learn how to read and write to get your driver's license back then.
No.
I mean, you know,
Different
just
times.
sit there and you tell them and you talk it and you did it. And that's why these midwives and all these people, they learned like that. They knew more than.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It's like insurance. It's a trade. You don't go to school for it.
And the thing that made me quit is because I started to think for myself, and I thought, these nurses are coming through here. They coming and they even getting jobs here and making 4 or 5 times what I was making. I was making good money, mind you now, but because I was training them. But by the same token, it was just nothing compared to what they were doing. So I wanted to go to school.
Absolutely.
So I was working 311 shift. I never will forget that. That got me out of the field
It did.
of being an adult. I was working 311 shift, and I took on at El Centro. I never will forget it, downtown Dallas. It was a junior college, and they said you had to get your academics and all of that, and then you enroll into the nursing thing. So I took, I'm so smart. You know, I took 6. I still have the thing from that transcript from where I had to drop out of those 6 classes because my supervisor changed my shift when she found out I was in school. I was making straight A's, and when she found out I was in school, she didn't want to lose me training those nurses back then. So I had to drop out.
You were bringing value to the system. That's what it was.
The doctors would come in, and you wasn't supposed to mess with them, those trays,
right,
cardiac trays when you have a heart attack.
Sure.
And he would make me assist him. They would call for me, and I wasn't qualified to do those things, but I knew how.
But
to
you
do
were.
it.
You were qualified.
Better than they were.
Yes.
You
The
just
doctors
were
would call
qualified
me.
on paper.
Right. But then again,
So that birthed in you what? Go and become more.
to leave, I went to an insurance company then.
You did.
Yeah. Went to an insurance company.
I didn't know that.
Hey, Employers Insurance in Dallas.
Employers
I
Insurance.
think they're out of business now. I'm not sure.
No. We still write with them.
Do you?
Workers'
really?
comp, yeah.
Downtown. I worked there.
Yeah.
I worked there.
If it's the same one, we write employers insurance. They do workers' comp. Interesting. A small world. Okay, so you go to the
Dividend checks and stuff like that. I did help with that. Then I got tired of that because I didn't want to stay there. It was almost like I was traveling to different stages in life,
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
Then I went to Southland Corporation.
Where?
Southland Corporation,
Okay.
the one that owned at the time all the 7-Eleven stores,
Okay.
Buena Vista, and all that stuff.
So you had a little experience there, and you
I learned
gained
there.
some knowledge
I did
there.
I was a records technician clerk there. Met a lot of lawyers. They loved being around me, and I found myself ministering to them.
Okay.
And never picked up the Bible. I mean, we had it on the table,
Sure.
but it was like I just knew inside me that there was a God, and it was so simple for me. Just love, and
love
that's
that.
all it was.
Love that.
It was
Love
just
that.
love.
Beautiful.
Never picked it up until I married a pastor.
Okay. Now I want to hear this part of the story.
Yeah, how did you meet him?
So, but before you met him, before we go into this next chapter, you were intuitive. When did you recognize that you had this special, if you will, this special connectivity with the divine?
Well, when my mother used to beat the hell out of us, I would go in this. I had a special place in the house. I would go in the closet, and nobody messed with me when I went in that closet.
Gotcha. That was your place.
She was, leave that crazy girl alone. Because when I go in that closet, she wouldn't even come in there. And I talked to God.
That was the secret place of the Most High that you discovered inside your inner chamber.
That's why I got my first divorce, too. I was in the bathroom crying because my first husband, he was very abusive, and he was a cheater, bad cheater.
Okay.
And I used to cry. And then I saw this light in the bathroom. It was almost, it could have been within internal. It was like the whole dark bathroom would light up because I always go in the dark room whenever I go in the dark room and talk to God. Whenever I was sick or upset or hurt or scared or whatever. As a little kid, I used to do that. And I saw this light, and it was like something, I can't say it was audible, that I heard the voice, but it was like something said, I been gave you it out. You could have been gone. And I was like, that's me not reading the Bible, y'all.
That's right. Yep.
This is what I'd never read the Bible.
Absolutely.
But yet, this is what it was saying. I gave you an out.
The Bible is not God.
Exactly. It's man's interpretation of
history.
constantly over and over. It changes.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the
forever
interpretation. And I think there's like 50,000 different sects of Christianity because there's so many. I mean, think about 100 people. Think about 500 people.
Yeah.
But think about 1,000 people. Now, times it by 5. 50,000 different versions because of different interpretations of the same scriptures and the different languages that it comes in, Koinonia Greek and Aramaic and Hebrew. And of course, there's books of the Bible that are not even part of the canon. There's the Ethiopian Bible. There's books in there that have been sort of discarded as not being qualifiable for the canon of the 66 books of the Bible. But it's interesting. So you have this connection from childhood, and
It just followed me.
I presume that just it followed you, right?
And I always thought I didn't belong here, in this world. It was always, I always felt like, if I looked at a tree and I would stare at a tree kind of funny, and it was almost like I've been there before.
Yep.
Or path.
Familiarity.
But you don't say anything because you don't want people to think you're cool.
No.
They're going to
You're just sort of reflecting on certain telepathic understandings, and you sort of reflect on it, but you see that it happens, but you can't really speak about it. Yeah.
You can't. And when I start discovering stuff within myself, I could only talk to myself.
Yep.
In The Color Purple, They told who was this? Whoopi Goldberg, you better not tell nobody but God.
Yep.
And it was like I couldn't talk to people because I was scared they would think I was either retarded or crazy or
Yep.
losing my mind. Because I was called that a lot, by the way.
Absolutely.
Especially when I came out to saying, hey, wait a minute, I don't believe that. And then I tried to walk, when I started reading the Bible, when I met my third husband, all three of my husbands dead, y'all.
All three of them.
And two of them wouldn't fly by night. That
Okay.
first one was 2.5 years.
So the first one was infidelity
Yes.
issues.
Yes. And the second one,
Yeah.
of course, I didn't know God then. I didn't have the Bible, but we both was drinking ourselves to death. You know, I was so depressed and stuff and locked in because I felt like I was carrying everything on my own. He was still, I could sense, if this makes any sense, I could sense he wasn't happy, you know, and he was just there. That energy was tearing me up,
Right.
you know, and I wanted to set him free. I mean, we weren't enemies, but he had to help me raise them boys. I mean, I took my two boys and my third husband, we got a divorce, me and my second husband. Because like I said, I didn't know the Lord then.
Yeah.
At least I knew him, but I didn't know how to just ask. I was afraid to ask God for what I wanted.
That's right.
Because I really didn't know myself what I really wanted. I didn't. I just wanted what I was always taught: be a good wife, be a good mother, be, you know, and everything else gonna come.
Right.
You know.
And it's also difficult when you put if you have alcohol in the mix,
Yes, and it was there.
because that dilutes the communication, and it sort of scrambles your connectivity.
I got drunk one time, and I thought I died. I felt like I was going through this tunnel, like I was dying.
Yep.
You know how people say you go through this tunnel.
Yeah.
tunnel, da, da, da. And
So you had a near-death experience. I guess
it must have been, but it was.
Yeah.
I was in the bed, and my husband, my children, my boy's dad, he was there. That was the second husband. And when I encountered this, I felt like I was like floating in heaven somewhere, and I could hear these voices all surrounding around me, some kind of being, but there was no under me, no top, no nothing. It was like the quietest place I'd ever been in my. I don't even think a place like that exists on earth. It was so quiet, but you can hear them like surgeons and all this kind of stuff. And I'm begging, saying, "Please, I don't want to die." It's almost like I knew I was dying.
Right.
That's weird.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, I felt this like a suction,
Back in your body.
and I was back where I was. And that's when they told me, "You got to leave this man. You're drinking too much. You're alcohol. You're this and that and the other." I just left.
It sounds like a celestial intervention that happened. Your guides.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I wasn't scared after that. I just knew I had to leave because if I didn't, I would die.
The path was dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
And you had this aha moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what made me really, and that's when I met my girlfriend on my job. And that's when she told me, as from Southland, that I know God. And she introduced me to the Bible.
Boom.
And it was like, after that, she introduced me to that, but I didn't tell her about that, you know.
No.
Like that.
This was she just
because
came
I
into
was
your
so
life.
depressed and crying and going on all the time and saying how I couldn't understand why I was just so unhappy and drinking. And then she introduced me to the Bible. But she introduced me to go to a church, and I thought, nah, I don't want to go to no church. I want to just read this Bible. She said, "Do you have a Bible?" I said, "Yeah, where is it?" I dust it and everything. Stayed on the table. I never opened it up.
Clean it up all the time.
So I started reading it.
Cool.
But when you open that Bible, you first open it and you're ignorant to the Word of God. You're really ignorant. All these and does and all this stuff and all.
This and that.
And
Depending on the version,
I thought, what is this? Greek. And, there's always a block there to try to stop you from learning,
Sure. Always.
So I thought, well, start going to church. I'll go to church. And then I went to church, And then I met the guy that I used to know as a kid. His brother married my sister. There was a preacher in Louisiana. I knew him when I was a kid, and when I would go to my grandmother's in the summertime.
Look at that.
Came all the way around. And, of course, I was in the middle of getting a divorce from my second husband.
Right.
The first one, by the way, died. He was murdered.
He was murdered.
First one.
Wow.
And so we got the divorce and everything, and I prayed about it. I prayed. I asked God about it, and I dreamed about a glass, and water was on the other side, and it was no water on this side of the glass. And to me, that was, marry him. How did I get that from that? I don't know.
That was your translation. That was your translation of the dream.
Yeah. Marry him. It's
Marry him.
okay to marry him.
That's what you got from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got, the same day I got my divorce, I left, went to Louisiana. We got married.
In Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
And he was a pastor.
He was just a preacher.
He was a preacher.
He became a pastor shortly after we got married.
Okay.
We both were ordained together.
I see.
And
In Louisiana.
In Louisiana. Don't, if you say Louisiana again, I'm going to call it what I want to call it. Louisiana.
Louisiana.
I call it Louisiana. No.
Well, I call Missouri misery.
Because that was really when my, how do you put it? With God, my journey really took off.
Right there. There was traction there.
There it was. Because I started reading the Word of God, and my interpretation from what they were teaching me in the church, I was going, but it said, ask your husband at home. So I wouldn't say anything, but I would ask him when I got home questions. And I mean, it was like he wanted to just cut me and slice me with a knife.
He didn't like the questions that you asked him.
No, I was just asking why they do this, why they wash their hands. They were still washing their hands, going in the back, washing their hands, but that the people in the congregation, they weren't washing their hands.
They weren't washing their hands.
Then they would march around the pews before they start church or something, march around. And I was just asking them at home.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't feel I was out of order.
No, you're curious. I mean, what is this?
Why y'all doing this?
Ritual? Is it a ritual? Is it a ceremony? Or?
I saw it as a ritual.
It's a ritual.
And then I say, why come all of us can't wash our hands? Why y'all washing y'all hands? Y'all go in the back like y'all got to be clean and we can sit
Are you
there.
like a higher echelon than the rest? Or what's going on here?
And I didn't say it. I said it really nice. I mean, but then I started reading, and more questions I asked, the angry he got. He got angry. Because I would wait till the message was over with at the church.
Probably from his perspective, I'm guessing, he thought that as a threat because he didn't know the answer.
He didn't.
And you were asking him questions, and he probably thought, this woman thinks that I'm less or I'm not knowledgeable enough from his own insecurity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I felt like, and I wanted to help him help me.
Yeah.
You
were innocent. You weren't trying to degrade him. You were just asking him because that's what you read in the Bible. You should ask your husband.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to get a big head or anything like that, but I outgrew him.
Yes.
And then you hearing all the time, well, you're married to a pastor. You're supposed to stay with your husband.
Right,
You're supposed to
right.
do this and that and the other. And I remember one time the pastor's wife was telling me, why you ain't never with your husband? Because God was sending me other places to do other things and stuff like that. And I told him, I use a parable. I thought it was kind of cute.
Okay.
I said, well, Michelle don't follow Obama everywhere he goes.
Ooh.
Do you everywhere he goes? Hillary Clinton and everybody else is with him. He not.
Yeah.
I have to be saved too, because they was preaching salvation. That was the level I was at, then,
Right. At the
salvation.
Right.
So I had to be saved, so I had to, it was more to me than just cooking and cleaning and following my husband all around, So I wanted my own ministry. I wanted to do my works that God called me to do.
you were spirit filled without ever even entering into that circle. And that's
true.
why you started to expand very rapidly. And that's a threat to the hegemony of the system.
They were fighting me, his deacons, everybody.
You must be demon possessed.
Yeah. And then one guy told me one time, you need to be on TV somewhere, because what I would say, and I was like, why is he saying all these things? I'm reading what the scriptures say and I'm watching what they're doing. And it's not lining up. Somewhere, they was like, everything was hellfire. And
Fear.
I was thinking, what the world?
Mm-hmm.
This is hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all got me in hell because once I started really learning, and then I was confused. So my husband was doing all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I started calling him a bootleg preacher.
Yeah,
because he was.
Because you saw the inside. There was transparent. You could see what's really going on in the real world.
And they were like.
And then the pretentiousness when he went to the platform to speak. Yeah,
they wanted big hats, sit at the front pew. I wanted to get back there with the kids and the ushers. And they would call me out in the church.
Yeah.
Miss LaMille, you need to come. You know where you belong. And I'm like, what?
This is where I belong. This is where love is.
Listen, you always doing this. They would call me, even visiting preachers would call me out.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God.
This is very much the tale of Jesus, Yeshua, when he was in Palestine, in the scene of the Pharisees. They ridiculed him, and they said, "Why are you eating with the prostitute? Why are you breaking our rules with the temple and the bread?
Healing on the Sabbath.
Healing on the Sabbath." And Jesus was like, I'm love. Yeah. I'm here to love.
I wanted what they were telling me to do, and I'm not thinking so highly of myself, don't get me wrong, but what they were telling me to do, I didn't agree with. Like even like the ladies with, faith without work is dead, but the work they wanted me to do, I said, y'all not going to take the works that God blessed me with to for y'all, usury for y'all benefits. I said, when my kids were small, I would feed them and wear them out, make them tired and everything. So when I went to church and wanted to learn, they slept through the whole thing, my babies. I didn't put them in no nursery and made somebody else go take care of them.
Right.
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 I was there to learn too. And then God took me out of the four corners of the wall. Boy, that was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was like shunning me. You left your husband. He was a pastor. Right? I say, if you read that Bible, there are two reasons why, I can leave my husband. And you go figure it out. Because it's not your business.
That's right.
So if you want to know why, it's there.
Go research it, and you'll find the answer. That's all I'm going to say.
He committed adultery.
Yeah.
He committed adultery. I
knew that from what you said that.
Yeah.
And this is my issue with Western Christianity is I used to go to church, I went to all the churches, Pentecostal, Calvary Chapel. Yeah, I've been to them all, know. But, it's unfortunate that a lot of the church struggles with pornography. They struggle with money. They struggle with pornography. They struggle with infidelity.
You know what that is, huh? Flesh.
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 Ego mind.
You can't escape that flesh. That flesh gonna always be there.
And that's why, and I say this, and I think people gloss over it, but when I say nervous system, I think you probably think, what are you talking about, right? And I guess what I'm talking about is your spirit, the part of you that is one with Christ has dominion over your flesh. This is the best way I can put it in Christian terms.
That's good.
Okay?
Yeah.
When that mechanism of your spirit having dominion over your flesh increases, fear starts to go away and you become more and more free. That's why you had the courage. By the way, God loves courage. Okay?
Yeah, he does.
That's why you had the courage to leave the four corners.
Yeah.
despite of the ridicule, despite of the condemnation, despite of the naysayers.
But you know what? God gave me a word, just one word to say. I said, I'm not on milk anymore. They leave me alone. They don't even know how to deal with that.
Good.
When I say I'm out, he took me out of the four corners. I said, you go and be in your four corners. Well, can you come to my such thing? I said, it depends. I'm going to ask God about it tomorrow if he lead me there. Because usually if I do go, it's for somebody. It's never,
Yeah.
preachers don't even come near me, by the way.
You know, Rachel, I was telling you about the nervous system subject again. I said, look, if I can't control as a man, if I can't control lust, then I'm still drinking milk. Is that bad to say?
No.
Okay? So the premise of modern Christianity is that you're a sinner.
Yes.
You basically suck. You're a sinner.
And you can't do nothing
you
about
can't-
it.
nothing
So
about it.
just dust yourself off
Yeah,
from your
yeah,
sin and
yeah,
keep going.
yeah.
And yeah.
I say no. I say that we are pure love. We just forgotten about it. We need to come back to our true self, come back home. And I need to overcome hunger. I need to overcome lust. I need to overcome fame and money.
You know what, though? I think people need to realize that there are so many different definitions of love.
Yeah.
Until true love, they don't really know what true love really is. Because they use the lusts, the drinking, the partying,
Right.
all these different.
Right.
to-
They're just shadows.
if you ask them
Yep.
what is love, it's gonna be, they're gonna project love as everything in the world, like a new car. If
That's
she
right.
buy me a new car,
Right.
if she do this, she do that. I don't think people really know what true love is if they don't have God.
Right.
If you got God, you know what it is.
Yes. Because they're looking outside of themselves,
Yeah.
right? Materialism.
Right.
And Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within. It's an inner job. It's the inner place where we discover true love, which sets us free.
You know what? I don't think I ever felt resentment for somebody in my life. I don't think like hatred for people. I mean, I got angry with them.
Sure.
They hurt me and all this stuff. But revenge, and I've never had that in my life. I don't think, I didn't realize what it even meant until I was an adult. I mean, my daughter told me this one time, and she resented me for it. She said, you think you can hurt somebody and then forget about it and say you sorry and think it's supposed to go away. This, I said, no, ma'am. I don't think it's going to go away, but I think I should not dwell on the pain that I
Absolutely.
caused somebody.
Yeah.
I told her, she
That's
said, you just
self-defeating.
act like, let's eat now.
Yeah.
Like you done did something wrong to me, you done hurt me, and then you come to me and just act like you ain't didn't. I said, it's not that I don't, it's not it.
Well, it's like, and you free yourself from that.
Yeah.
Because goes back to our earlier part of our conversation is when you're able to use critical thinking, put yourself in their shoes, figure out what drove them to act that way, grace will come.
Yeah.
Grace will come. And you'll say, okay, I get where they're coming from. It's ignorance. It's ignoring the facts. And so grace comes up. So you forgive. You let go. I don't hold grudges with anybody. I've had people done me wrong and I don't even remember anymore. I'm good with it.
It's
It is what it is. People make mistakes.
now
We're
I'm
here to learn.
cautious. I'm cautious of them.
Sure.
I
Sure.
But I'm not going to mistreat them or try to get vengeance. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. It's not. It doesn't belong to nobody but God. And,
Right.
You want forgiveness, and I believe that forgiveness heals all wounds.
Yeah.
You want your healing?
Yeah.
I think that's where
Yes.
that medicine really lies.
I think that's one of the central messages of Christ.
Yeah.
Is forgiveness.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because we too have done and are capable of doing
Yeah.
many heinous things.
Yes.
And we're not separate from each other. That's the illusion, is that, oh, we're separate. No, we're one. And if that expression of God committed those acts of violence or sin, that's me too. I could have done the same thing if I
Right.
had the same upbringing.
Right.
If I had the same,
If you didn't know no
Circumstances and
different,
expectations.
like Adam and Eve, they talk about Adam
Yeah.
and Eve walking around naked and everything, and
Yeah.
they didn't know they were naked till somebody told them
That's
they
right.
was naked.
That's
I used to make mud pies in the backyard, and we had so many kids till the baby was one person's baby. We played family,
Yeah.
digged in people's
Yeah.
trash cans
Yeah.
to make our refrigerator and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. I did all kinds.
love that.
I didn't know no different. I mean, I just was having fun.
yep. It reminds me of Toy Story number 5. You should watch that movie.
Haven't
It talks
seen that
about
one yet.
exactly that. It talks about how kids they're just on these screens. And the beauty of making mud pies and playing with
Yes.
dolls.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was so much fun.
Yeah. I bought
I
my,
concur.
I bought
I
my,
made mud pies when I was a kid too.
You want to know what my first doll was? A soda water bottle. Till my brother sold 'em. But anyhow, I had a soda water bottle and I had corn shuck for hair. We were just that poor. And the bad thing about it is my oldest brother took the soda water bottle and went solely, because I think it was, you get 2 cookies for a penny back then for a soda water bottle. And he took my doll, my only doll that I had. My grandma made a dress for it. We was really poor. And so that's the doll I had. And hair rollers. Have you ever heard of taking brown paper sacks and cutting them into little curls and taking with the scissors
Yeah.
and making curls
That's
all
awesome.
over it? And
so I used to have cassette tapes, and the cassette tapes represented warriors.
oh, wow.
And I used
Oh
to
wow.
pop, pop, pop. And I'd fight them up. There'd be like 20 of them.
What an
And they'd be
imagination.
battling. And then one of them would get, so hurt that a piece of plastic would fling off. And that was a really good warrior. And then some of the inside of, the cassette,
Yeah.
some of that
Tape.
would come out.
fun.
In my imagination,
Yeah.
that was like amazing, right? And I would do that with books. And so I took my boy Cyrus, his name is Cyrus, he's 11. And I was like, Cy, let's buy some toys. So I went onto Amazon and bought some Beyblades. Have you heard of Beyblades?
No, what is that?
Beyblades are these little things that there's a little spinner, and you spin them, and it's in this like little theater cage, if you will. And these things spin. So he spins one, I spin one, and then these two spinners battle.
Battle it
But
out.
the point I'm making is
Fun.
I love that I'm able to do that with my son.
Yeah.
And not always resort to some digital screen or some technology.
Yeah, you gotta
know?
do that. You gotta make. It's not make believe. It's just, I don't know. Is
It's
it?
part. It
make-believe?
is. It's
Yeah.
part of the human development.
it is.
That's
It
why
is.
children are so magic.
Yeah, they are. I love
Like
And people who didn't believe in God before they had children do after
Yeah.
they have children.
when we do those things we just talked about, we're developing the nervous system.
Yeah,
When we just when kids are just doing this, they're zombies. They're just dopamine highs. There's no earning of that dopamine. That dopamine is just free. And so what happens is you become desensitized to it.
yeah,
So now kids can't really do anything. They have to have their highest level of dopamine, which is screen time. You see? They can't sit there and imagine anymore unless, of course, we as parents
Yeah.
and grandparents help them do that again.
or money. You know what? Money was never. It meant more to my mom than me. I didn't care. You know. I mean, I know you need money to live. La 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 la. la. But I'm more happier. I know this isn't gonna make sense. But I seem to get more joy when I don't have money
Amen. Amen. Love it.
than when I have money.
So good.
If that makes any sense.
It
I'm not
does.
saying I don't want it or
It
don't
does.
need it,
It does.
because you need
Yeah,
it in this
yeah,
world. You
yeah.
can't even get water
Yeah, no,
anymore.
no.
Used to be water was free. You
No,
can go.
not anymore.
It was on the streets. You go downtown, they had water fountains everywhere. You go to the zoo, they had the line. Do they still have the line? I haven't been to the zoo but They had the lion heads. They had, I mean, the telephone.
Oh, they take that away now because they want to sell you a $10 lemonade.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what I mean? That's how it is now. It's all profiteering, you know. But I'm with you. I don't tell people. I tell people, I'd rather be poor. I don't need to be rich.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm to be honest with you. My son asked me one time. He said, "Mom, if you had $10 million, what would you do?" I said, "Give it to you."
Yeah.
He said, "All of it." I said, "What I need it for? I'm scared to get a mansion, live by myself. I'm scared to drive a nice car because."
So Helen, tell me what you think about what I'm going to say. This is a good subject.
Okay.
I think the reason some of us can say that now in our journey on Earth, I can speak for myself, and I want to see what your take on it is that I've discovered something within me. It's going to sound crazy. I've said it a lot, but people they might think I'm making it up, but I don't care. I've found something so beautiful inside me that is so mesmerizing. It's so surreal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It overshadows anything of the material. It does. No money can replace this inner experience.
You're gonna make me cry because I'm thinking about what you're saying.
Okay. I don't want to ever I'm home. I'm good. Nothing can be taken away from me.
Wasted a lot of years, and I call myself stupid, because I used to think everybody would tell me how beautiful I was. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I got so many pictures of myself. Oh, you're so beautiful. I never ever felt beautiful. Mm. I don't care what I put on, how many wigs, how much eyelash, how much makeup. Mm. I always felt ugly. Mm. Mm. Until when I got divorced from my third husband for committing adultery and stuff like that, and I never really was by myself as an adult. I mean, and when I say by myself, I mean I was always had a man, a husband, or somebody like that in my life. I know this is gonna sound selfish of me, but I never felt beautiful till I got by myself.
Amen.
Wow.
Till I got by myself and really started mirroring and seeing me and started cleaning me up. Your famous words, from the inside.
That's right.
And forgot about all the outside.
That's right.
And I started thinking and going back to what you said. When I saw the inner peace, I never knew what peace really was.
That's right.
Until I got it within myself.
That's right.
And took out all the garbage.
That's right.
And it's still some in there. I need some help.
There's still coming out. It's still coming out.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. Those are the catalysts in life. Those are the so-called struggles in life. They're the ones that the antagonists of life that come, that we used to run away from.
Yeah.
We can face those.
Oh, wow.
Because within those are the seeds of deeper freedom.
I believe that.
It's just the way we look at things. It's the lens that we use. And within this inner journey, the lens changes. We look at money different. We look at relationships different. We look at circumstances different. Like you said, there's always some message in every threshold of my day if I choose to tune into it and listen.
Crying moment. That's deep. For me, that's real deep to start loving myself. Yeah. I was so busy concerned with loving other people. And the love is there. I hear people say, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of your podcasts.
Yeah.
And I heard your whatever it was, host or whoever he was there, I heard him say that he doesn't, and maybe I don't want to misinterpret what I heard,
Yeah.
but he don't care about himself anymore. And I thought to myself, you gotta care about
Oh
you.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
You can't love somebody else without loving you.
Said,
Don't ever try to outlove other people. It's like God told Peter, Jesus, or whoever y'all want to call.
Right, right.
First, fix yourself inside
That's right.
before you go try to help fix somebody
That's right.
else.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
and if you can't love you, it's impossible
That's right.
to love somebody
That's
else.
right. That's right. That's right.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Your children or anyone, you can't even love your kids.
Right.
Not the way they should be loved, because resentment's gonna be there, and they're gonna know it. Because they one thing about a child, they are born naturally with that energy to know if they loved or not. It's automatic.
100%.
They feel it from the womb.
100%. And most of the ailments that human adults face today in their struggle, directly because of that. No love. Not enough love.
Not true love.
Not true love.
Because they want to give them, oh, well, I fix their hair. Oh, I buy them this. They got this toy. Oh, you can give all them outside things. Them kids don't care nothing. When they small like that, they rather have that hug, that time, that attention.
That's it.
More than anything.
That's it. And when we pass away, I submit to you, in my theory of understanding, nobody cares how many insurance policies you sold.
No.
Nobody cares how much real estate you listed. What they care about is, did you love your child? Were you present for them?
And that never goes away. That never goes away. They judge the love that you show. That's the first thing people look at. I don't care how evil you are. You're going to always go back to looking what kind of daddy you had, what kind of mama you had.
100%.
And I'm not trying to put all the weight on the parents here. All I'm saying is, if you raise your child and that child know you love them unconditionally, and what you do for them, I don't care what you can yell and do all these kind of things, but they know if you really love them.
100%. And I think one of the messages of this episode and the podcast in general is to say that no matter where you are in life today, you can get better. It's not too late.
That's it.
You can love. You are love. You can quiet the mind. You can find that secret place of the Most High within.
Yeah.
And you can get better.
Yeah.
You don't have to, oh, well, my circumstances. You can transcend your circumstances.
And don't look at that. I love listening to that podcast. The inner, fix what's broken inside you first.
Yes.
And it'll radiate. I'm not good. Here I am with my southern stuff. It'll come out of you.
It'll radiate. Radiation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll
That's very
it'll come
much.
out because that light. If you can't do nothing but that light.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. I walk into a senior. I go to the Brady senior place, and I also go to Conroe Senior. When I walk in that place, people are almost like they're goosed. Like somebody just, they like.
Yes.
And I have had older people, some of them my age, but look like they're older. Of course, they got canes and this and that and the other. I give God the glory for, he says, according to your health and strength, by the way. Don't be blaming it because I'm 75, 82, 83. I can still shake a tail feather, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
But they look at my eyes because, the eyes, you could tell a lot from the eyes.
Yes, indeed.
You could tell. Like, I've had struggles and battles and stuff like that, and I tried to blame other people for it in my youth. As I got older, I started checking my own self. And I didn't like me. I didn't like how my temper was short, how I used to scream at my kids, and then I'd go in the room and cry because I knew it was wrong. Because why would I do that? I felt bad. Then I want to go give them some cookies or some ice cream or something like that after that. I think that's what my daughter was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to come on out with it now. I tried to make amends.
Right,
Use
right.
the cookies.
She said, I think I could just do that, and that's not. But anyhow, it takes a while. You keep falling down and falling down. It's not something that just comes just because somebody says it. You know, you got to go within and examine yourself.
Amen.
Talk
Amen.
to yourself.
Absolutely.
Actually, you're not crazy. You hear people say all the time,
Yeah.
you talk to herself, she must be crazy. No. You need to talk to
Yeah.
your inner self.
Absolutely.
Why did I do this?
Yes.
Why am I doing this?
And a lot of people are so scared about their own intuition,
Yeah.
as if, you know, there's a demon talking to you, you know, and things like that. And these are the same people that claim to be logical, but they suspend logic when it comes to biblical narratives.
I used to encounter demons.
Hmm?
I encountered demons, shadows, and all kind of
absolutely,
stuff.
absolutely.
All that was withdrawal from that alcohol.
Yeah. Well, if you look up the word alcohol, it's actually, why do you think we used to call alcohol spirits?
Yeah. That's why it's called that.
It's because of that. Because you're basically allowing these entities, you're channeling these entities because you're impaired.
Yeah.
And they're going to tell you what you're going to do, and you're going to do things you would never do otherwise.
Yeah.
That's what alcohol does.
I
Yeah.
don't like, you know what? I've discovered that I don't like the way I talk when I drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Because I record myself, by the way, sometimes. And I'm like, why are you talking so
You would never
slow,
talk like that
sluggish,
otherwise.
loud.
Right.
Yeah, I'm loud anyhow, but I mean, I get like, everybody be like, you know, but I don't say anything like obnoxious, you know, cussing people out and everything. I just don't like that version of me
Absolutely.
anymore.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna work on changing it. I do take a little nip every now and then. Don't
Yeah,
think, hey,
right.
listen,
I like
at the
my
end of
red
the
wine.
day.
I like
Yeah.
red wine.
No, I'm not saying that,
enjoy
you
it,
know,
but-
throw it all out.
No.
I personally don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
But if you're drinking here and there, it's a different story than you have to look forward to it when you get home.
No.
You know,
Yeah,
or I
that's
gotta do this in order to socialize.
You have a sober mind,
Yeah.
and you do it within moderation.
Absolutely.
And I got delivered, by the way, for
Yeah.
7 years without touching alcohol.
Yeah.
I didn't tell that part when I got with the preacher. But God allowed me to come back to have a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it contradicts his word not to have nothing. I mean, he had some disciples or whatever. They had
Yeah.
people in there that he put in the wilderness. They ate honey and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But they had a mission. Whenever just like fasting, when it's time to fast, you do these things. But he's not saying don't do it, period. He's just saying have a sober mind, don't act a
Absolutely.
mockery, don't do all these kind of things
Absolutely.
with it. And if it causes you to do that, then
We should be centered enough as spiritual children of God to be able to have a drink and control ourselves
Yeah.
and, you know, have a little weed. I like cannabis.
Cannabis. Yeah.
well,
And not become a buffoon. We should have that balance and temperance.
anything.
Temperance.
He says anything. But the thing about it is, what I don't understand, you got doctors giving you medication, pain pills, all kind of stuff. What is that?
Horrible for you.
I mean, if he give you a pain pill, what is a pain pill? I mean, he said
It's a drug.
Thank
drug.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a drug.
Most of them are opiates.
So who
But
give
they're horrible
people-
for you.
So who give people the right to decide what's right and what's wrong?
They
in that?
wear the white coats, so they're the authorities. They want to sell you drugs.
It's all
yeah.
pharmacy.
But
It's all,
if it's something that, you know,
If insurance can charge you for it.
then it's
it's fun.
well, good. Wow. Well, this was an incredible. I can't believe we've been talking for over an hour. That went
Have
by.
we really?
Yeah, it went by fast.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that went by.
I
fast.
enjoy it. And you know what? I don't feel nervous. I don't feel.
I told you.
I feel.
I told you.
Totally relaxed.
Totally.
I could really basically go home and take a nap
Yes.
right now.
Yes. And that's what a podcast should be. It should
And
be.
it flows.
It flows.
The conversation flows. There's
Yeah.
no question.
No.
It's just
No
sharing.
manipulation.
It's sharing.
There's no agenda.
I love it.
Yeah, we're just talking. And I think for those who have eavesdropped into this conversation with different vibrational frequencies, if you will, I talk like that, it will, something that somebody said here will speak to you. Something that you've been,
laugh.
or laugh. Yeah.
I can make you laugh.
That's an understatement.
I have a lot of comedy in me, y'all. I really do. I've been holding back.
Well,
I've been holding back.
let's get you back into the podcast periodically.
Fun.
Okay?
Yes, I love it.
We'll do this again periodically
Okay.
because I think Jesus is all about fun.
It is laughing
Fun and love.
sharing.
Yes.
And it's like fire. You talk about having a lot to. I can't talk. It's really actually you can't talk to very many people on this level without them interjecting their personal.
Yes.
I can tell you about my testimony of my life because we all have a testimony and we can testify to what we believe and what we don't believe in. But when it flows and nobody gets angry and nobody gets opinionated,
Right.
And, we could just share.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was the thing.
Powerful.
When Mike and I debated, it was, even though we have difference of opinions,
I loved it.
we left
I
it,
too.
and we left it. It was all based on love, and that's what that was a good. A lot of people told me that was the takeaway from them.
What I loved is I studied you guys and I watched as you were. I enjoyed the fact that it was authentic.
Yes.
You both were authentic.
Yes.
You were real. You have a right to you. And everybody's not at the same level. God said that. I mean, they don't even get offended about you being at a higher level, being at a higher, because he said we ain't all
Absolutely.
at that level. And how you going to share something with me
Yep.
and I'm going to share something with you if we're not forever learning? We're
That's
forever
it.
learning.
I love it.
All room to grow.
Yeah.
All room to grow.
Beautiful. All right. Well, ladies,
We're done.
We are done.
So what do I do from now?
Well, now Mike's gonna produce this, and I'm gonna send you the clips.
Will you?
Yeah, of course, and the link, and you can share it with Kevin.
Who?
Kevin. Who am I saying? Kevin.
Steven.
Steven.
Now that's who you need to have on your podcast.
Steven.
I guarantee, because he's
But when is he in
science.
town? When is he in town?
He's because he works for Amazon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's like a production big guy
Yeah.
there. He goes all over the world.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to coordinate that with
I'll
him.
coordinate with him. I have his email. I forgot to email him, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
email him.
You should, but I guarantee you, because he went to school to be chemist. He dissects, and
Right.
he has
a scientific mind.
oh my God,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to Christianity.
I love it. Can't wait to talk to him. Awesome.